Hey everybody, it's Haley here today with Liberty Word Soaps. Today I am making a Halloween soap. I believe I've said some of my other soaps have been Halloween soaps, but this one actually is. This one is going to have these little guys on the top of them. It's going to have these little skulls on it. So, before we get to telling you what's going to happen with those soap, I'm going to tell you what is in this soap. This soap today has olive oil, coconut oil, sunflower oil, Crisco, and avocado oil. So that is all in here. We start by adding the stick blender, and then we pour the lye water solution down. Now, from watching other soapers who say, hey, I make my lye water solution the day before or earlier, I have definitely started to do that. Sometimes I get everything ready to soap, and then I don't actually make the soap until the next day. All of this stuff I made earlier today. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pulse this. Thicker than I want, but we will see. So I am going to add my fragrance oil to this. So the fragrance oil I am using today is Dark Kiss BBW type by Aztec. I'll have to look up the fragrance oil online to tell you what it says, but I definitely get... It's hard to explain what this one is for me. It's a little fruity. I don't know. We'll have to look it up, and then once I probably look it up and be like, yes, that's exactly what I smell. So I have not measured my fragrance oil out yet. So I'm going to do that now. Alrighty, so here is my fragrance oil. I'm just going to dump that in. And then I'm going to mix this by hand until it is all mixed up. This is going to be a two-colored soap. One of it's going to be primarily one color, and then we're going to have an accent color. I will show you those in just a moment. But I'm probably going to pulse a little bit while I mix the colors in those. So I still want this to be pretty fluid, nice and mixed up, but also ready to be poured. So I'm going to pour a little bit off into here. Let me clean up my mess. So I'm going to pour off a little bit into here as my accent color. So there we have it. So these are both going to be colored. The bulk of my soap, which is in the big container, is going to be a blackberry mica. Now this mica is going to look super black to you probably, but it does have this very faint hint of purple in there and a little bit of a sparkle. So that's going to go in this big one. So in here, so on these little micas, it does tell you roughly how much to use. It says in cold process use 1 teaspoon per pound. So this is about 3/4 of a pound. Now in this one, I am going to be using Orange Vibrance Mica. I have used this in my pumpkin soap that you've probably seen by now. And now this I'm going to grab a different pipette here to scoop it. I'm just going to use this here, scoop some into here. I'm not going to need very much. This is about 1/4 of a pound of soap, about 4 ounces. So I'm going to mix these up. I'm going to stick blend these. We're going to see how it goes. So I'm just going to move this one off to the side, and I'm going to work with this one. So that I'm just going to set off to the side, and I'm going to bring in my purple. I'm just going to wipe up my mess. Now I'm just going to cover up the mica in here, burp my stick blender, which basically means getting the air bubble out. Alrighty, so there we have the gray at the moment. I'll be very interested to see what color this creates in the final product. So, there we have that. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set this off to the side, and I'm going to bring in my mold. This is my 1 pound mold. What we are going to do here is I'm going to be doing a drop swirl. So I'm going to be putting a bulk of my, at the moment, gray into this container. Saving a little bit here. Now I'm going to bring in my orange, which is here waiting for me. Stir it up just a little bit. And I'm going to be drop swirling it into here. I'm going to start pretty high just to make sure I get it to the bottom. Back and forth. Trying to use a bulk of this orange right now, but I am going to save some for the top. And now we are going to be adding more of this gray, hopefully turns to purple. And I am not going to be mixing that anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let it sit. I'm going to let it harden up, do a little decorating on the top, and then I'm going to be mounding it up so that it can hold my little skeletons. So I will be back. Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Haley. So I have let this soap sit for about, I don't know, half hour or so. And this is firmed up really, really well. It's not moving at all. The batter that is in the cups are not as set up. But I'm going to form this onto the top in a mound. Now I pray that this comes out to not be this color in the end, because this is not a pretty color. We will see tomorrow when this gets unmolded. It kind of looks green. I'm just praying that's what purples do. Micas are pretty new to me. I've had some blue micas for a while now, but they've definitely not done any of this crazy stuff. I might just let this sit on here for a minute, form up a bit, and while we wait, I guess I'll put the orange right on top here. Alright, so all of my soap is currently in or on my mold. I'm going to let this top bit form up a little bit, and then I'm going to play with it with my spoon, get it all mounded up here so that I can put my little skeletons on. This is going to be 1, 2, 4 skeletons. Typically I do 5 bars in this mold, but due to the size of the skeletons, I'm giving them a little bit extra room. So, I will be back. Hey everyone, so I've just been playing with the top and doing a little bit of research. I did find out, or I did read that some micas in different colorants will turn a very different color and then will turn back to the right color. So I'm hoping that this gray-green color turns into a lovely purple. I do know that greens turn brown, like if you saw the making of driftwood, I'll link it up above, you will see that that one turned quite tan and then back to a green. So I'm hopeful. So this is kind of all piled up on top here, and I've picked the 4 best skeletons. Ooh, actually, before I actually get into the skeletons, which are here, I'm going to tell you what the scent is. I found out it's like a Bed Bath Body Works, I think, scent, and that's why it smells like that. So this is what it says. It says, berries, tempting blooms, sensual incense, and night musk for this daring, seductive fragrance. It is a modern tale of forbidden love that will unleash your primal passion. So when I hear all that, there's no wonder I didn't feel like it smelled like a fruit, and it didn't smell like a flower, because it's kind of like this musky, earthy scent. So here are my 4 skeletons. They are going to go on top. I have marked it off here, so I'm going to try and get them propped up within one of these squares. I did take my gloves off because I needed to have a little bit more control over my fingers. There we have it. I'm going to bring you guys in to get a better look of that. It's kind of like their gravestones. They're coming out. Yeah, there you have it. Not sure what I'm going to call this one yet, but I bet it will have a name by the time it's posted. Enjoy! Welcome back, everybody. Today we are unmolding. We are going to be cutting this. Not sure what I'm calling it yet, obviously. If you didn't know, the skulls meant that it was a Halloween-inspired soap. Now, I don't think I am going to... Let me just measure these. Now, I don't believe I put these in the right spot. I'm just going to freeform it here. So, I did cut off the end here already. So, I'm going to try and get as close to the first skull without cutting off the second skull. Now, this soap has taken quite a long time to unmold. It is now Thursday. I think I made this soap on like Saturday. And it's still pretty soft. I don't think I put the sodium lactate in this one, but not a big deal. Ooh, this is so pretty. So if you can't remember, this is the blackberry mica, which I have to say is not the color I anticipated it being, but look at how beautiful that is. I am super impressed with myself. Alright, let's see what the next one, that one was super nice. So it's a fine line between cutting off a skeleton's head and making the bar a funny shape. This one may be a funny shaped one. Ooh, this is such a... like, everyone is so different. Look at that. Kind of looks like fire. Now this is a fat bar. This is like the biggest one of them all. I cut off I think the other guy's face on that one. That's alright though. And then you got this one. This is such a cool swirl in there. And then this one I don't believe I've cut off this side yet. So typically what I do on the back of my ends of my bars is I get little samples out of them. Now these are typically something I cut first because this bar is super soft right now. I'm going to have to cut that a little bit better after, but usually I cut off the end in order to get it to be as nice as the rest of the bars. But that obviously is not very nice right now, and I will clean that up. But you got this side. Just remember that. Alright, catch you guys later.